Amateur Photographer Fixed Focal Length Lens of the Year 2011. It has been a need for speed kind of year in the fixed lens market, with so many optics being released with wider than f2 maximum apertures. Our readers get very excited about that sort of thing, you know. Really, really want to meet them. Oh, sorry. Someone just muttered to me, they're sat here. The shortlist for the Amateur Photographer Fixed Focal Length Lens of the Year is Samyang 85mm f1.4, Nikon's Nikkor 85mm f1.4D AFS, Sigma 24mm f1.8 EXDG, Nikon Nikkor 24mm f1.4G ED AFS.
Pretty good. The ability to work in low light without flash, creating atmosphere and remaining unnoticed, is a godsend to photographers of all type. Shallow depth of field is also very fashionable at the moment, but it's a very difficult thing to achieve without the introduction of colour aberrations and a drop-off in edge quality. While not a brand new lens, the Amateur Photographer Fixed Focal Length Lens of the Year 2011 has no such problems and produces outstanding results from corner to corner at any aperture. That lens is Nikon's Nikkor 85mm f1.4D AFS. Will Mr. Miwa and the Nikon team please come to the stage to collect the award.
Particularly D30-100 has kind of changed the entry-level camera level, and I think having won this proves that, you know, it's a great entry-level camera. Lens-wise, we've had the Heritage, and D3S is a great kind of pro photographer.
Amateur Photographer Innovation Award 2011. It hardly needs to be said that it is innovation that keeps the photo industry moving, but the fact is, more often than not, consolidation is the focus for manufacturers rather than the risky business of trying something new. This year, though, has seen some excellent illustrations of how fresh thinking can produce leaps in the right direction and dramatic improvements in performance. The shortlist for the Amateur Photographer Innovation of the Year is Sony's translucent mirror system as used in the A33 and A55. Again, live in hope, don't you? The Samsung Eye Function lens system, the hybrid, it's nice to see support, the hybrid autofocus system in Fuji's FinePix F300 EXR.
I wondered whether this year we should change the name of this award to recognise resourcefulness instead of innovation. Our winner is not strictly a new concept, but a new way of applying an old idea in a modern age. This implementation solves a common problem and brings with it the added benefits of super fast frame rates and full-time face detection AF in movie mode. It is a real step forward and a sign of what is almost certain to come to all of us in the future. The winner of the Amateur Photographer Innovation of the Year 2011, if you hadn't already guessed, is Sony's translucent mirror technology.
Yes! Yes!
Would the Sony team please come to the stage to collect the award?
It's fantastic. I mean, great honor to receive this award.
Regulars may recognise Fen from last year when he presented the Forum Prize at this event. This year we've expanded the scope of the voting to include the readers of the print magazine as well as our thriving online community.
This year's reader vote was once again constructed via an open nomination system, from which most of the nominated products were placed on a shortlist from readers and online users to vote for. The stipulation was that it had to be something that you really desired, something you'd like to own, and it had to be launched in 2010.
The top 3 products in the final vote were the Pentax K5, Nikon's D7000 and the Pentax 645D.
Pentax is a brand very close to the hearts of the AP community, so it is no surprise that 2 of the company's products made it into the top 3. I think the product that won says a lot about the aspirations of the average AP reader, and we hope this is the start of a new beginning. The winner of the Amateur Photographer Reader Product of the Year 2011 is the Pentax 645D.
Would Jonathan Martin please come to the stage to collect the award?
The Amateur Photographer Product of the Year 2011. The Amateur Photographer Product of the Year 2011 is selected from the winners of each of the previous categories.
I'm sure that you can all see yourselves that this is a tough field to judge, and that there are many products among this list that will make perfectly fine choice for our Product of the Year. Perfectly fine, though, isn't just quite good enough, as we have to balance the advantages each of these category winners has over the others that vie for the same award. Each presents a compelling case, but in the end we had to determine which would bring the AP reader the most benefit, and which would be most likely to deliver complete satisfaction. With its combination of a high-resolution sensor, its host of advanced features, excellent handling, and first-rate image quality, the Amateur Photographer Product of the Year 2011 had to be the Canon EOS 60D. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Winners make themselves. If you give us the best product in its category to test, then it will come away from these awards with its name on a big lump of glass. We don't determine which piece of equipment wins what. That's up to the product planning departments and R&D engineers. Our job is simply to investigate, to look, to study, to recognise, and to inform the people that read our magazine. We don't have the power to make a product great because we don't decide how it will be built, the way it operates, the features it will include, or the quality of experience users will enjoy should they buy it. It's hardly a complicated theory, but when you have great products, you have a much better chance of selling them. And when you have few products, or products that fall short of what the market expects, you won't. Our readers are specialists, and with guidance, they know what they want, what they expect for their money, and the difference between a product that works well and one that does not. They share their experiences, they review the things that they buy, and they ask the questions that ensure they understand exactly what you are offering them. AP's editorial team is directly accountable to them, and we couldn't pull the wool over their eyes if we wanted to. If we say it is good, it had better be. And if we say it is not, those that have already bought it will have to answer to their wife, or just hide the test. And that is why we're very careful about what we say. Not in a way that fears offending anyone, but in a way that we are 100% certain the words we write reflect the complete truth, and that we have done everything to inform, educate, and enlighten the people that read Amateur Photographer every week. This industry would be nothing without equipment manufacturers and without the retailers and distributors who advise and supply the market. And I'd like to thank you all for your support and for keeping us busy, fascinated, and entertained throughout 2010. And I look forward to working with you all in the coming year. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our awards for another year. And I'd like to thank you all again for coming to spend the afternoon.